Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Kingdom Come Deliverance walkthrough. So it's a fresh start in the new day here, and we're going to talk to Miller Peshek and let him know that we were able to deliver that ring. He'll give us a new quest, and we will probably either go do that or head up to Ratai and take care of the main quest today, or both. Alright, so we have the ability to fence stuff to him now. I don't have anything left to fence. I went ahead and fenced it to the other Miller. So I actually have quite a bit of gold on me, or excuse me, silver on me right now. 386 to be exact, from a lot of the stolen items that we picked up off of the Executioner. You can buy lockpicks from any of the Millers, as well as a treasure map. He has treasure map 12. The other Miller, I think, has treasure map 6. You can also get a dagger here if you don't already have one. This will allow you to do stealth kills. However, you do need the perk as well, and so until you have that, this is effectively useless. However, I may still buy one from him anyways. But I have sold effectively everything that we can't use. So all I've kept are basically the things that I'm wearing, although most of them are dirty. And I've also gotten rid of our short sword. I should get rid of this as well. I'm not going to use that shield anymore. Whoops. And you know what? These schnapps I'm not going to drink, so we'll get rid of those. And I've decided to use Piercer as my main weapon, even though we don't meet the strength requirement, because I did say I was going to limit myself to longswords, and since this is the first longsword we've got our hands on, I'm going to use it, whether I can use it effectively or not. So, I think that's pretty much it. Let's buy a dagger from him, just so that we have one if we get the perk before we have the chance to pick up one off a bandit or something. And we'll still make a small profit here, and we can haggle to try to get more, so let's go ahead and do that. So just as before, we're going to aim for about halfway between the maximum and what he's currently offering us, which is about 38.5. Oh, he's not willing to talk, so, or at least not for that much. So we'll try again. Obviously, he's a little bit more of a pinch purse than some of the other merchants we've dealt with. So we'll try this once more. Let's see, what did I try to sell him? The schnapps and the shield. And because of that failed negotiation, he's actually a little bit less keen to deal with us, and we're going to lose a little bit of money this time. Last time it was 27 point something, now it's 25. So we'll check the basket. We'll try one more time, but we'll be a little bit more reasonable. Oh, he walked away. Come on, man. Work with me here. Ah, you piece of shit. Okay, come here. Come here, you. Why is he being buggy? Now I can't talk to him.
I'm glad you came.
I'm not. Talk to me, man. There we go. Okay, one more time. Alright, so we're going to shoot for a little less than halfway this time. We'll try 35.
Are we agreed? That's too much.
Alright. He's going to talk us down. Let's just take 30. That's 4 extra Goshen that we wouldn't have gotten otherwise.
See now, I knew we'd come to an agreement.
Every little bit counts. Alright, so we'll talk to him one more time. And we're going to go ahead and ask if he's got any more work.
Do you happen to have any work for me? Of course I would. And, surprise, surprise, it's another ring. Like last time? Properly done this time. Proper hard work. And who else to set the task to than you? The ringleader, so to speak. The thing is, one of the rich townsmen left his ring behind the last time he went to the baths for some wenching. Too drunk to see it, no doubt. And now he wants it back, and the baths deny all knowledge.
Why not turn to the bailiff?
Why not? Because he doesn't want anyone to know about his bathhouse visits. And the girls in the baths are wary of selling the ring in case the bailiff does start looking for it after all. So we'll make life easier for them. What do you say?
Consider it done. Provided I get something out of it.
Don't worry. You won't be left short. The ring's hidden in the chest in the bathhouse Mevin's chambers. Come right back with it once you have it.
Alright, so this is actually on our way up to the
What the heck? Hey!
the town, so we may as well go do it right now. I am going to take some of this equipment off, though, particularly the helmet and any mail that we're wearing. Actually, really quickly. Where'd that thing go? So we'll go with what we're wearing now. And the bathhouses are right over there. We can actually see them from here, the white tents. So let's knock this out real quick. There is an easier way to get in other than going straight through the front that I will show you. Alright, so it occurs to me that I was forgetting which building the ring is actually in. There's a back entrance to that building there, but not this one. And this is the one, whoops, sorry, didn't mean to move the mouse so wildly there. This is the building where the ring is located, so that back entrance won't do us any good. So we're going to have to go right in the front. However, we can enter here rather than going in front where a few of the women are standing. So we'll lockpick our way into this one. And it occurs to me that I think I have a perk saved up that I was waiting to spend until I was back on camera. So let's get inside and we'll handle that. Oh, there's somebody here. Might need to make sure he doesn't hear anything. Moving up behind him very closely. And for whatever reason, I cannot choke him out. So we're just going to have to leave him and hope for the best. I'm allowed to be in here, so that's fine. How did you open the door from that distance, I wonder? Let me close it for you. Yeah, don't mind me. Can I borrow some of your food? Cool, so now I'm all full up. Definitely not one of the chests in here. Can you stop pacing around these rooms? You're making me nervous. Great, she's going upstairs. Alright, keep that closed. Let's go... wonder if she'll notice. Let's do this real quick. Where is it? There it is. Okay. I don't think this is it. Oh, yes it is. This must be it because we're trespassing. So let's get that door closed. I'm going to give it a second so that they don't follow me in here. So I'll stay crouched and hope they kind of wander in other directions. And let's go ahead and do this now. It's not in here. Interesting. Well, I'm not going to steal any of their food. I don't need it. I was pretty confident that that would be it. Oh, I was looting something else. I can't pick this, though. That's too difficult. Shame. Well, we'll have to see what we can do about that. I highly, highly doubt it's up here, but just in case it is, let's see who's around. Oh boy. Is she going to follow? Really? Oh, I backed way too far. There we go. Alright. So we're going to very slowly and quietly go choke her out so that she doesn't notice us picking these locks. And that's going to level up our stealth. Oh boy. Please don't be any witnesses. I think we're in the clear. Alright. So, while we're laying low for a second, I did get a level up in lockpicking. I was grinding a little bit off camera, and so we're at level 3 now, which is our first perk. I like to go lasting lockpicks. It makes the lockpicks twice as durable, so they're harder to break. If you struggle with lockpicking, this is a great one to have because, you know, it'll make your lockpicks go a lot further. And then for stealth, Daring Debonair kind of assumes that you are fighting your way out of whatever you've done. I don't particularly like that. I'd rather just not get caught in the first place. So I'm going to take Rain Man, which muffles my footsteps by 70% when it's raining. Okay, so she's out. Nobody has come up to investigate yet. It sounded like somebody in the next room heard something, but they apparently didn't care enough to take a look. So we're going to very quickly liberate the contents of these chests. And I'm going to look over my shoulder just to make sure nobody's coming through that door before I rob this. And there's the ring. Okay, so it was upstairs next to the sleeping lady here. I actually like that green tunic. I'm going to take it. Is that for females? I don't know. Let's grab it and see. Ah, crap. Did you not notice? Apparently she didn't notice. Don't mind me.
You've no business here. Clear.
Yep, nope.
What the hell are you doing?
What the hell?
Well, I'm trying to get down these stairs. Yeah, she didn't see anything. That was close. That was very close. But we got what we came for. What an absolute mess. There's a lot of chests in there, so obviously that made it more difficult than it needed to be. But we got what we came for. So, let's see. How's this green tunic look with our... I guess they're too similar in color, aren't they? Kind of hard to tell that I'm wearing something over it. Apparently that's for... Yeah, that's for women. So, you know what? I'll just drop it on the ground. And I quite like those working boots, but I don't think they're... Well, the noble shoes are better for charisma and stuff, but I don't know if they're as durable. Actually, they're better in just about every way. Alright, well, guess we'll keep the noble shoes on, and I don't need to be walking anymore. So let's go back to Peshek, and we'll turn this in. While I'm with him, I should probably learn pickpocketing, and see if there's any lockpicking training I can do. We're not to level 5 yet, so we can't do the, I think it's the advanced stuff. But we'll want to do that as soon as possible because that will give us the ability to unlock more difficult locks. Which you could see there was some that we couldn't quite tackle just yet of the very hard or hard variety. So we'll want to, you know, obviously fix that as soon as possible.
God almighty, has something happened to you? Did someone steal your fancy clothes?
No, I'm just all muddy. Oops, I spilled my tea a little bit. Here's your ring.
I have that ring for you.
Excellent. They'll be hopping mad at the baths once they find out. Here's your reward, and don't turn it all into drink.
Oh, never. So let's see what the next quest is that he's got.
More work for me.
For you, always. A friend of mine asked me to help him get back some disputed land from his neighbor.
You become an officer of the law, is that it?
A likely turn of events. No, I'm pleased to say this is good old-fashioned stealing. There's a deed of sale for that land, not quite in his favor. So it would be a fine thing if it went missing.
All right.
Very well. Where do I need to liberate it from?
From the bailiff himself. Ha! You should see the face you're pulling. I never said it would be easy. The deed is supposed to be at the rat house somewhere. On the table, among the other parchments. You'll need to sneak in and then find it.
I'll manage somehow.
That I don't doubt. And you needn't doubt your reward.
So we'll do that later because we're going to have to visit the bailiff at some point today for other reasons. So for now, let's learn pickpocketing.
Would you teach me something about the milling craft? Like how to get things out of strangers' purses into your own?
Aye, why not? You're handy enough. No doubt you'll master it. Come behind the mill where we won't be seen.
Oh, apparently we're just leaving it on the ground. Okay, well, let's go check this out then.
I'll stand here and pretend I don't know you're there. You try sneaking up behind me without me seeing you, and take something from my purse. First, you have to rummage in the purse. The longer you do it, the better chance you have of finding something valuable. But also, of getting caught in the act. Once you've found something you want, you've got to pull it out. Carefully, but fast enough so I don't notice. Try stealing my dagger. It's there, mixed up with other things.
Okay, so just for attempting this, we get a free level in pickpocketing. We'll go behind him, and I'll try to talk you guys through this as we go. It's pretty hit and miss, so even if you do everything right, it's possible to fail or get caught. But you start by holding E, and you'll notice this thing start ticking up. You want to go at least beyond that little yellow marker, but I try to go up to like 8 or so, maybe even 9 or 10. And then you want to pan around to the little item here. Click it once to reveal it, and then again to select it, and then you need to go back to the door and hit E again.
That's the way. I hardly noticed you were there. I think you're ready to try it out for real. Best practice on drunks and sleeping folk, so you don't end up in jail before you even get started.
Thanks, Peshek.
You're welcome. But I'll be having that dagger back now.
So yeah, it's not too difficult in practice, but out in the real world, I find it very difficult and unreliable. I tend to not risk it. If somebody has something I need and they're asleep, I'd rather just knock them out and take it off them, or you know, try to lure them into a room and knock them out that way or something. because more often than not, they notice me rummaging through their stuff, and yeah, it just tends to not work out well. Alright, so with all that handled, we're going to run... Actually, let me see if he has any other training that we can do, because I do have a bit of Groshen now. And I'd like to maybe spend it on some levels and some stats. Alright, so training, let's see, lockpicking. We'll want to do the beginner tier. And we're going to haggle him down from 60. Let's shoot for, say, 49.
What about this?
That's not enough.
And maybe we'll land somewhere in the mid-50s. Let's try 55.
Agreed.
Cool, so it saves us 5 Groshen. And that gains us 1 level, which means we're 1 level away from hitting 5. And let's talk to him one more time. We can do the beginner pickpocketing as well.
Will you teach me how to pickpocket better?
Certainly.
So we'll start with beginner.
All right, but it'll cost you.
Again, we'll haggle.
Isn't that quite a lot?
Again, shooting for, I don't know, whatever's in the middle, 49.
What do you say to this?
More.
And probably end up in the same spot. Yeah, 55. So in total, we saved 10 there.
Now listen up.
Okay, so where does that leave us? Pickpocketing is at not even 2 yet. Stealth is at 3, and lockpicking is at 4. So we're going to want to work on our stealth and our lockpicking in particular. Those will be very, very useful. Again, pickpocketing I don't really use, but it's worth leveling it up. Especially since I think as you level up your pickpocketing, it tends to give XP to stealth as well. But I would be very careful about that. And then later on today we'll be doing a lot of sword training, so that'll boost our combat skills and whatnot. Also some bow training. So let's head up to Ratai, where we're going to talk to Sir Radzig and begin the kind of first major part of the main quest here. Alright, so as we come up on the gate, they're going to harass me a little bit here.
Halt! Who are you and where are you going?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith. I'm going to see my liege, Sir Radzig Kabila of Dvoyets.
Of course you are, lad, and I'm the Pope. What do you want from his lordship, and what makes you think he'll see you?
Alright, so we have to pass a speech check here. I'm going to go with my strongest skill.
Come on, I'm not some peasant. I'm Sir Radzig's blacksmith, and I need to speak with him.
It's my job to stop you. Now, bugger off.
Alright, well that didn't work. Let's go with the persuasion check then.
I may not look the part, but I know about honor and duty. And mine is to tell Sir Radzig what happened to the sword he commissioned.
Alright then, go ahead. It'll be your skin if Sir Radzig isn't pleased.
Apparently that guy had like a persuasion or speech of like 0. So we immediately enter Ratai here, and there's a couple things we can do. This vagabond will have more like thief type quests for us, so we'll talk to him.
Good day to you.
So you can ask, you know, like how's refugee life in Ratai? What actually happened in Skalitz? You know, how are the refugees doing? But this is what we're going to ask him to actually pick up the quest.
What are you hanging around for? Don't you have any work to do?
No, I don't. Sigismund's marauders took everything I had and reduced me to beggary.
What's it about?
Since I lost everything, I've been doing whatever I could to survive. Only, I got caught with my hand in someone else's pocket. And since then, I can't even set foot on the square without the catchbolts pouncing on me.
So you're a pickpocket? Alright, get to the point. But keep your hands where I can see them.
My honestly begged Russian were taken from me by that bastard of a guard, Pazderov. He claimed I stole them and took them for himself, the swine. Well, if you can get them from his pocket back into mine, where they rightfully belong, I'll give you a share and teach you a handy trick too. What do you say?
we'll do that. That seems fair. And again, my Henry isn't averse to a little bit of mischief or thievery. As long as nobody who's already destitute is being harmed, he doesn't mind stealing from bullies or, you know, the wealthy. But he is averse to kicking people while they're down and murder of any kind. So that's kind of where I'm drawing the line.
Right. I reckon I can manage that. How much coin are we talking about?
Everything he has on him. Half is yours.
It all sounds a bit fishy.
Well, take it or leave it. But if you get my money back from Pastor of the Guard, I'm sure I can put some more work your way.
All right. So if you want to be honorable and not steal from people and still complete this quest line, you can just give him your own money, and he'll take 25 and give you 25 of it back. And I believe the following quest you can do that too. But I actually am going to steal this because that's a pretty crappy thing of a guard to do. To, you know, the guy was a pickpocket, sure, but you're taking his money from him, not stuff that he stole. So we're going to teach these guards not to bully the Skalitz refugees. So we're going to head into the lower castle here. If you head up through town and along the main road, there's an upper castle. But we're going to go to the lower one because that's where Sir Radzig is. And you can see some familiar faces out here guarding the bridge. These are the same guards that we talked to in Skalitz to get the crossguard.
Could that be the smith's son, Hal?
On my soul, it is him. What are you doing here, lad? We thought you were done for.
I must speak with Sir Radzig. Is he here?
He's in the palace with Sir Hanush of Rattay. They're feasting in the Knight's Hall. What do you want with him?
My father made him a sword. He asked me to deliver it to Sir Radzig.
I don't see any sword.
No. Bandits attacked me and stole it. I need to tell his lordship what happened. And then I'm going to find the sword.
Of course you are, Hal. Good luck.
Thanks.
I guess he missed the giant one on my hip, but oh well. Anyways, we'll head on in. This staircase right here is like the buggiest staircase of the game, so if you have issues with it, try crouching. I've noticed that that tends to help. There are certain spots, it's not doing it for me right now, but sometimes you can get hung up on here, especially if you're encumbered. It becomes very difficult to navigate. So go into your stealth crouch, and generally you have better luck. But they'll be in here. Wow, apparently everybody's in here. And... oh, wrong one. Was it this door? No? Maybe it is the...
Hey!
Excuse me, lady. Maybe it's the first floor.
What is it?
Get out of the way. I'm gonna knock you out. Yeah, I believe it's in here, perhaps? No, this is where the guards sleep. Where the hell is this place? It must be the top door then. I always get confused because the waypoint markers never show you verticality. So it's difficult to tell where exactly people are. Oh, there we go. See, I can't get past this. But if you crouch, you can sneak right through. And there it is again. Perfect. I think there's like an invisible plane or something above it, and you have to like sneak under it. But anyways, here we go.
Your Graces, I have to tell you in all seriousness that this land of ours is in the shit. Deep fucking shit. Don't you agree?
I might not have put it as eloquently as you, Hanush, but I've been driven out of my own castle, so I'm hardly going to disagree.
Indeed. But Pirkstein is yours for as long as you need it. There's room enough for your men and you here at Rattay, and I'm sure my ward won't have any objection to me lending you his castle.
I'd be honored. Pirkstein is at your disposal as long as you wish, Your Grace.
Just as well you have another castle at the other end of town, eh? At any rate, I'm beholden to you, Sir Hans, and to you, Sir Hanush.
I don't like to speak ill of your people, Sir Radzig, but, well, there's no love lost between the townsfolk and the refugees. There's been talk of criminality.
No, they'll have to get used to it until the situation's resolved.
But when will it be resolved? And what on God's earth is this war even about? I won't lie, sir. I don't understand it.
You aren't alone, Father. I believe Sigismund's original intention was to persuade Wenceslas to accept the imperial crown and to leave the rule of Bohemia to him.
Who could blame him? I know Wenceslas is a friend of yours, Radzig, but even you have to admit he brought it upon himself.
I can't deny the king neglected affairs of state for other pursuits. There is a need for order in the land, but I don't think the lords who sided with Sigismund realized just what Hungarian order looks like.
Hungarian order?
What concerns me, sir, is how a good Christian could resort to such brutality.
To give him his due, I don't think he expected the lords of this country to stand behind the king. But thanks to him, we're tearing ourselves apart, and now he has to get things under control.
But why in God's name does he have to use those barbarians?
Money is the root of all evil, young sir. Wars are costly, and this one has dragged on for a year. Sigismund ran out of coin for knights, so he recruited those whore sons that settled in Hungary. The less he pays, the more they make up for it with plunder.
That's why he attacked us. He was after our silver.
What are you doing? You've no business here. Clear off.
Wait, it's Henry. Henry, who disappeared after I clearly ordered him to remain at Taumberg.
I'm sorry, sir, but I had to bury my parents.
Had to? Do you think you were the only man who lost someone there? But the others listened to their lord.
And it wasn't just your own life you nearly threw away. So Robard and his men risked theirs to save you.
I'm sorry, but I had to.
Oh, there you go. When you have to, Radzig.
Your father was a remarkable man, and your mother, she was remarkable too. They deserved a Christian burial. Did you manage that at least?
No. I was attacked by thieves. I wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for that girl.
Girl?
The miller's daughter, Teresa.
The miller's daughter saved you from the footpads? Oh, there's a tale to tell your children.
I owe her my life. She distracted them and then brought me to Rattay. But without Sir Robard, we'd both be dead.
Oh, that's what I call a good woman. Hang on to that one, lad.
Still, it's a great shame your parents are buried in unconsecrated ground. That means purgatory for them.
Be quiet, Friar. I didn't invite you here to eat me out of house and home and deliver a sermon while you were doing it.
If you're so concerned, Father, maybe you should save the innocent souls of these fine Christians yourself. Go to Skalitz and consecrate their graves. I assure you, if you're killed by bandits, your soul will soar straight to heaven, as long as someone buries you in consecrated ground first.
If there's anything left to bury, that plump carcass of yours would be quite a feast for the wolves and the crows. And one skeleton looks much like another, so how would we know which were your ordained bones or those of Sigismund's Tartars?
Be that as it may, why have you come here?
I must get your sword back.
Sword? My sword hangs here at my side.
No, the sword my father forged for you. One of those thieves stole it from me.
They almost killed him and he already wants to go back.
Takes after his father, I suppose. Lad, I've lost a castle, a village, silver mines, and a good half of my subjects. Why would I miss one sword?
Because it's the last one my father forged, and I promised him I'd deliver it to you.
I understand. I'd feel the same way. But prudence is the better part of valor, and a dead man keeps no promises.
Aye. Woman had to save his fat from the fire, and now he wants revenge. What kind of fool are you, boy?
He's no fool. Henry, you have courage, but you need training, arms, a horse. Or do you mean to beat this thief at dice?
No, sir. Please, take me into your service and give me the chance to learn these things.
The gall of him. Fled from the enemy, disobeyed your orders, duped Sir Divish, lost your sword, put Sir Robard in danger with his actions, and now he wants a promotion.
Sir Capon's right.
What you say is certainly true, except for fleeing the enemy. You would have run as well, believe me. Henry's earned some punishment, but how do you punish someone who's already lost everything? Courage and blind obedience are good qualities for a soldier, but a wise man also appreciates loyalty, perseverance, and determination. Besides, that was a fine sword that his father made. If he thinks he can get it back, I won't turn it down.
My lord, a peasant. You can't make a squire of a peasant.
Why not? Someone made a priest of a pig.
He isn't a peasant, Father. He's a blacksmith, and recent events have left me in need of his skills. So, you'd like to enter my service?
Sir, Yes, I would. You won't regret it.
I probably will. I'm doing this for your father, lad. Don't it disappoint me.
Oh, fortune has finally smiled on you today, lad. Make the most of it.
Now that I think about it, Sir Hanush, the boy needs training and experience, and you need spear carriers.
That's true. The bailiff is always complaining about your people making trouble in the camp. Maybe one of their own among the guard might help.
It might. In any event, it will prove valuable experience.
But let's be clear. You're the one paying him. Captain Bernard, see to his training, and then send him to the bailiff.
Yes, sir.
And don't spare him.
You can rely on it, sir.
Don't forget, Henry. Don't disappoint me.
I won't, my lord.
Okay, so quite a few level ups there. Let's go ahead and take care of those. First off, we have the main level. And I think we'll spend this one on... I don't know, I'm not particularly fond of any of these. They all have trade-offs, other than Wanderer. So, actually, no, Wanderer is not right. Yeah. Insomniac. Increases the time you can go without sleep, your energy level falls. Yeah, I would probably go with Insomniac here, given these choices. Because everything else is going to have some sort of trade-off, with the exception of Insomniac and Renegade Brand. I don't plan on going to jail, so I'm not really worried about this. This will just make me tire less quickly, so that's perfect for me. And then our speech leveled up as well. So, I like to go with... probably Lowborn. You're going to be talking to a lot more commoners than anything else. And you're generally going to be dealing with nobles who are part of the story, so you tend not to have to do too many persuasion checks with them. Like, I don't think you're ever going to have to make a persuasion check with Radzig. So, I like Lowborn here, but, you know, depending on who you're going to be talking to, choose the best one for you. I'm going to go Lowborn in this case. And I believe that is it. Alright, so we need to run over here and go talk to Captain Bernard and get some training. Now, this is something you should be doing regularly. Captain Bernard is available for training in the same location pretty much all the time. Every day he goes to the training area and spends essentially the entire day there. Hey, look who it is. Let's talk to him real quick.
I see you survived.
Aren't you observant?
You still owe me. Don't think I've forgotten.
I don't owe you. I owe your father, and he's dead. So get out of here.
Do you really want to make me angry? Do you really think that's wise?
No, I don't. Fine, I owe you. And what am I supposed to do about it? You think you'll get anything from me? Look at what I've got. But maybe I could. Maybe I could tell you where you can find some money. If you forgive my debt, that is.
All right, then. Start talking.
No. First, I want you to swear you won't be demanding anything else from me.
Very well, then. Talk.
When we were running from Skalitz, I heard something. I don't know who said it. It's a miracle I could even hear it in that chaos. Either way, somebody hid a lot of coin under a dovecote.
Under a dovecote? And that's it?
That's all I know. How many dovecotes could there be in Skalitz? If you've got the guts to go back there, you're bound to find it.
Fine. We'll see.
Alright, so I don't know if we'll be doing that on camera in this playthrough, but if you ever go back to Skalitz, which you will have to for other side quests and stuff, it's worth picking that up. It does turn out, though, and I'm going to spoil it here, so if you don't want to hear it, you know, skip the next couple of seconds. But it turns out that the money that you find belongs to another one of the Skalit's refugees, and you can return it to them if you're feeling, you know, particularly honorable. Oh, I'm already clean. Okay. So yeah, you can hand it in to whoever it belongs to, or you can keep it for yourself. In my first playthrough, I chose to hand it in because you know, I feel bad for my fellow people from Skalit's begging on the street, and I'm taking their hidden treasures and stuff. All right, so here we are, and here is Captain Bernard. So let's go ahead and chat with him.
I'll be with you.
I'm here for training.
Yes, you're that boy Sir Radzik said.
Yes, that's me.
Let's get to it then, since that's what Sir Radzik wishes. And because you've never held a sword in your hand before, we'll start with something simpler.
Okay, so it's worth mentioning here, if you decide to do this one, let's start with the basics. You'll basically be redoing the same stuff that you did with the sword trainer in Skalit's. The kind of bandit-looking guy. If you did that while you were in Skalit's, then there's no point in doing it here. And you should just say that you know a few things already and that you want to do something a little bit more advanced.
My father was a blacksmith, so I've learned a thing or two.
Fine, we'll try something more advanced then. Very well then. Let's see what you're made of, lad. Come at me and don't hold back.
Ow!
Alright, so he's pretty much just going to kick your ass here. There's not a whole lot you can do about it. He's going to like light you up with combos and just kind of happen. But as I was mentioning, it's worth coming back here whenever you have the opportunity, because you can train with wooden weapons at any point, and it's a great way for you to level up your combat skills as well as your strength skills and your vitality without, you know, damaging yourself or your equipment. Although it will wear the durability of your armor slightly, but not nearly as much as if you were fighting with real weapons. Apparently he's not going to block. So we'll just take turns whacking each other for a while, and eventually he will, eventually he'll say something else, but until then we'll just keep beating on him. Oh, got me with a nice counter there.
Fine, enough. You're not a complete dead loss. It'll be hard work to turn you into a master, but you have the basics.
Let's try something more advanced. When in combat, keep an eye on the space between you and your opponent. That is your space.
Try to attack from the side the opponent will find harder to block in time. If I'm holding the sword raised up, do an uppercut. If my sword is low, lunge. Let's try it. You strike a few times at the side where I'm not holding my sword.
Okay, so when he goes high, you want to go low. I probably should have gone low there. There we go. And once more.
Right. Lesson 2. Everything you've learned about blocking is wrong. When I cover, I can simply fend off your blows with my sword and gain control of the space between us. But it's better not to control just the space, but actually your opponent's weapon. Attack, and I'll show you.
Alright, we'll do it a couple more times. Oh, won't let me thrust, okay. But this is where he shows you how to counterattack, and this is really important.
Alright, that will do. Now you. The trick is to stay in your stance. As soon as I start to attack, you block. The move knocks the blade aside.
So you want to look for a little green shield in the center of your cursor, right there, and hit the block button when that happens. And this allows you to defend yourself far more effectively than you could before. And this is something that you can't do until you've done this training.
Ow. Good. Right.
Apparently it didn't count that one. Oh, yes, it did.
Concentrate and block just at the moment I start attacking. I'll strike you from above each time so you can see it well.
Alright, so he says he's going to go faster, but really he doesn't. I went too early there.
Not like that. You mustn't hold the sword there.
I'm used to doing riposts and stuff like that, so I'm used to blocking earlier than... Yeah, I did it again. I'm used to blocking earlier than you're supposed to. And those are something that you'll learn later, and that makes it even easier to defend. But for now, we'll just do this. And this is still a lot better than what we could do before. And you can see... Oh, okay.
Good. Now let's try it at full speed. You probably won't succeed, but that's normal at the start. You must train. Let's go.
Alright, and so here we get to duel again. Oh, apparently we're starting. We get to duel again, and this is a great way to gain some more stats. For some reason, it won't let me thrust. That's weird. Okay, I won't thrust then. Oh, I can't attack. I can only defend. Got it. It'd be nice if I could fight back.
Wait a while,
oh.
Henry.
Got a visitor.
Greetings, Sir Hans. What brings you here?
I was on my way when I noticed that you're entertaining Sir Radzig's esteemed guest. Not the same as holding a hammer, is it, blacksmith?
It's Sir Radzig's orders.
I know. I'm actually here to train at the archery range. My hand's grown heavy lately. You don't mind, do you, Bernard?
Not at all, my lord.
Good day to you, blacksmith's boy. Try not to hurt yourself.
Where did we finish? Yeah, leading the opponent where you want him. There's one more way to evade a strike. Simply step aside, attack, and I'll show you.
Alright, oh, let's get our weapon back out. So, again, you couldn't evade before. Now you will be able to evade.
Alright, try it. It's important not to move too soon. I'll see where you're going and hit you. But the same will happen if you move too late. I'll attack slowly now. As you see me, raise the weapon, jump aside. It'll throw the opponent off a bit, and there's your chance.
Alright, so as I was saying, this is something you couldn't do prior to this tutorial. So, again, very important to do this because there's a lot of abilities that you pick up that you wouldn't have otherwise. Although this one in particular I find difficult to use in actual combat.
Try it a little quicker. Try and get used to the rhythm. Never take your eyes off your opponent. You'll see a strike before it's even properly started.
Oh, okay. The timing required is a little bit different than the perfect block. If you're used to doing riposts, this is very similar timing-wise, where you basically want to anticipate the strike rather than waiting for the shield. Oh, and then he hits me again without warning.
Force your opponent to block, but then change the direction of the attack at the last moment, and the opponent won't even know what hit him. Try it. Draw back the weapon, then change the attack zone and strike, so I don't have time to react.
And then finally we learn how to feint. So we'll fake high and go low, we'll fake right and go left, and then we'll fake low and go high. Oh, I forgot to feint on that one. Whoops. And there's a little bit more strength. Cool.
Well now, that wasn't too bad. Maybe we'll make a soldier of you after all. But don't get cocky. You have to train hard and persistently. You might have talent, but talent alone won't do. Practice.
Don't leave yet. Sir Radzig also wanted me to teach you archery. Come with me.
Alright, we already know a bit of archery, but that's fine. So we'll go ahead and follow him. So yeah, as I was saying, it's very, very important. Oh, you're going the wrong way, dude. Oh, I guess not. It's very important to do this tutorial as early as you can because those combat skills that we learn there are all things that you cannot do until you've done that little tutorial. So feinting, perfect blocks, dodges, and what else? I feel like there was something else, but the three of those alone are critical to being able to succeed in combat. You really can't win fights against anybody half decent without those. Although you did see in the last episode, when I had this shield, I was able to defend myself pretty effectively. But now that we're just using a longsword, we need all those abilities and then some. And once we have the opportunity, we'll go talk to him again and learn how to riposte and do master strikes and combos. And those are things that will make you even better as a duelist in this game. And again, if you're playing strictly longsword like I am with no other things to help bolster your defense, those abilities are all extremely helpful. And even if you're not, they're still great to have because the enemies will use them against you, especially the bandit leaders and things. And so if you're unable to do them effectively, you're still going to get, you know, wailed on by people that are capable of doing them. So it's worth trying to learn them. And he is a great tool to make that happen.
Let's see then. Take this bow, go and stand in position over there, and we can start. And another thing, put on this arm guard. Without it, you could flay your forearm with a bowstring, so be sure to wear it.
Thank you, Captain.
Save the thanks, and get in position. Now concentrate. The bow ain't exactly the weapon of choice of a knight, but it can come in very handy. You've got two bandits coming at you from a distance. You shoot one in the eye, drop your bow, and draw your sword on the other. Emperor Charles, God rest him, encouraged his subjects to learn archery. He even organized contests in Prague. If you wouldn't have gotten far there, you're holding the thing like a piece of firewood. But enough talk. There's the target, try and hit it. Draw the bow, aim, and release. Try to get a feel for the rhythm. Inhale on the draw, hold your breath for a moment, and then release the string. No jerky movements, just let the string slide out of your fingers, as if you were about to draw it back more. It's all one movement, the arrow aiming at the target and flying at it. Shoot away. What you have there is a training bow. The arrow drops quickly. Once you've trained a bit, you can get yourself a better one, and then those arrows will fly so fast you won't see them. Don't forget the arm guard. Once you've mastered the bow a bit, you won't need it anymore.
Alright, so it's worth mentioning, if you've been following along, then you would already have a bow, like I do. And just a tip for archery, it's all about timing. So as you draw, you want to make sure you get a full draw, but you don't want to hold it too long where your arm starts to strain. Now this bow sucks. I have to compensate a little bit higher. Something like that. There we go.
Practice for a while, no nonsense. Well, that was awful. I didn't imagine a village yokel like you would have much skill, but you failed to meet even my low expectations.
I don't know why you're wasting your time, Sir Bernard. Nothing will come of him anyway, and at the first sign of trouble, he'll run away like any other cowardly peasant. After all, he's done it before.
What did you say?
Calm down, boy. Keep in mind who you're talking to.
A braggart who was born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Now, you've really done it. You'll go to the stocks for that.
Calm yourself, Sir Bernard. If the blacksmith boy feels he can prove himself, then let him try. Do you think you can beat me? Well?
Any time.
Very well. If you defeat me, I'll give you my bow. If you lose, you'll have to pay up. Do you even have any coin?
I have enough.
Good, then let's get to it.
So it's interesting there. Depending on how much coin you have, your answer will change. But sometimes, like if you don't have whatever the certain amount is, he'll say, I don't have enough. Or if you do, then he'll say he has enough. I have like 400, which apparently is enough. So we're just aiming for the center here, or as best we can. It's 3 for the dark spot, 2 for the white, and 1 for the like orangish outer, and then obviously none if you miss. This is a pretty easy contest here, and if you win, you get his bow, which is a unique bow, so you probably want to do your best to do that. And then 3 points for finishing first. Any day now. He's actually doing pretty good. There's a lot of arrows in the center there, but his score doesn't really reflect that.
Well, I didn't expect that. Probably just wasn't your day, sir.
I told you I have a heavy hand, ever since I fell off that horse during the last hunt. What are you grinning about, boy? I think you owe me a little payback. How about a sword fight at the arena?
If you like.
Sir Hans, is this necessary? Sir Hanush has already had words about you fighting with your subjects. He explicitly told me.
I know what he told you. You can just tell him I didn't listen to you. So what's it going to be, blacksmith?
If we must.
Excellent. Then let's go.
Okay, so then we get to duel him. And this is a pretty good test of your skills early. I like to fight defensively and just kind of let him attack me. But because he's not particularly well armored, only a couple thrusts will put him down. Alright. But yeah, I like to kind of wait and counterattack. Because I don't have riposte yet, it's kind of difficult to use that strategy. And we did level up with our sword there. Oh, got him.
Well, you got the better of me this time, blacksmith. I must be having an off day.
Are you alright, sir?
Don't worry your mangy head about me, peasant. We'll see each other again soon enough. You can keep my bow. Its best years are behind it anyway.
Alright, so that is complete. Again, Bernard will be here whenever you want to train, and it's worth doing it whenever you have the opportunity. And then we did get Capon's hunting bow. I don't think we are able to really use it effectively yet. So let's see. Yeah, minimum strength of 5, minimum agility of 5. So we're not too far off, but it'll be a while before we can use it. It is worth mentioning, though, again, that the damage on this bow, 54, is actually pretty substantial. And once you're able to use this bow, this will carry you well into the middle game, even a little bit into the late game until you start finding better cumin bows and that is like Y-E-W, U bows. But we can't quite use that yet, so we'll stick with our villager's ash bow, which kind of sucks, but it gets the job done. So let's see, our strength leveled up. I like to go mule because I am an absolute loot whore and I grab everything that I can find on the ground. And that makes it a lot easier for me to make money because, you know, the more I can carry, the more I can sell. So I definitely recommend that, but Clinch Master is also a great way to go if you find yourself fighting quite a bit. Basically, whenever you end up tied up with an opponent, this gives you a greater chance of winning. And it really makes a difference, so that is a great one too. Gravedigger is good if you're very, very stealth heavy in your approach and you're constantly knocking people out or killing them and trying to hide the bodies. But I find that this one doesn't give you great mileage until much later in the game, if at all. So I would hold off on that one unless you're going full stealth in your approach. But I like Mule. It's a very good utility skill. And then because I'm using Perkaholic, I have agility perks as well. And so we have Dodger for free. Our only choice here is Featherweight 1. This causes, or this gives you less falling damage. So we'll go ahead and take that. There's no downside to it. And then for combat, we also level up our sword skill. So we have two options, Blunt Strike, which is a combo, or Wrath Strike, which is also a combo. I don't think it really matters here. Actually, it does. It does matter. This is only going to work for short swords, hunting swords, and sabers. This one only works for long swords, so, you know, we'll take that one because that's all we're using. Now, let's see. What time of day is it? It's still fairly early, so I'm going to train a bit if he'll let me, and then we'll carry on with the main quest in a second.
You better hope his lordship hasn't taken it badly.
He shouldn't have challenged me.
Careful. You might be under Sir Radzig's protection, but you'd be wise to stay on good terms with the other noblemen too. Now go to the rat house. The bailiff's waiting for you there.
All right, Captain.
Okay, so apparently he won't open up his trainer dialogue until we've completed this quest, unfortunately. But it is, again, worth coming back here whenever you can. I think there's also... Yeah, if you don't have a shield, if you missed your opportunity to get one, you can steal one here. Just make sure he doesn't see you do it. Okay, so as we're walking around town, you may notice this guy in this like red Waffenrock with the like green Robin Hood hat. This is Milan, and I would talk to him as soon as you can. Talk to me. There we go.
God be with you.
And apparently he's sort of running this little brawling ring that you can get in on.
Are you the brawler who takes bets?
What's it to you?
I'm a Skalitz refugee, and I'd like to try my luck against you.
Hang on, I know who you are.
and I'll only fight you for silver. Got it?
Are there any rules?
Aye, a couple. Whoever lands on his arse or runs loses. And no knives, axes, or any of that shit. You'll forfeit your wager for that. Got it?
All right, let's fight then. If you think you can take me.
Hold your horses, laddie. First, you have to prove you're a worthy opponent for me by beating 2 other regular brawlers, Stephen and a fellow they call Ringlet.
Okay, so you can't actually fight him yet, but you can... Actually, did it give me the quest? It did not. Strange. So I'm going to try talking to him again, but you need to make sure you actually get the activity, otherwise it won't let you initiate the dialogue with those two. So I'm going to keep trying until I get it.
Are you the brawler?
What's it to you?
I'm a Scallop.
Hang on.
Why for silver?
Do I read?
Okay, so apparently you need to make sure you ask him that first question of why silver, otherwise you won't get it. But make sure you pick that up early, because if you do another quest for the bailiff later on regarding the Skalitz refugees, you will break this quest and be locked out of it for the rest of the game. So you want to make sure you pick it up and do it fairly early. We have other business to take care of today, though, so we won't get around to that, but eventually we'll try. So, we're heading into the bailiff's office now, and we have 2 things to do here. So, the first is going to require us to be a bit stealthy, if we can help it. So, we'll just kind of maneuver without being noticed. I am going to take some of this equipment off. The bassinet, the collar, and these van braces are a bit loud, so we'll remove all those. And I don't think the sword makes any noise. Yeah, it doesn't have a... Yeah, it doesn't have any stealth stats, so we shouldn't need to worry about it. But I always forget where exactly this item is, so we'll want to be very sneaky as we go through here. And I believe we actually need to go upstairs to find it, if I remember even a little bit right. Obviously, we'll be closing doors behind us so that nobody follows us. And apparently it's in this room, so we'll start unlocking locks and see what we find. This is also great practice for lockpicking, especially the more difficult ones if you're capable of doing them. We might not be there yet, but we'll see. Nobody's opening that door. This one's hard. Are we there? Okay, we can do some hard locks. Where's that sweet spot? There it is. We'll try to stay right on it. Our skill's a bit low for these, but I think I can still squeeze it out. Perfect. Check the door. And what do we got here? We've got some very, very valuable clothing, actually. So I'll take just about everything in there. Those aren't particularly valuable, so I'll leave them. I imagine that's what we're looking for? No. Oh, it is. Cool. So we'll steal that. That's why we're here, after all. And if you want, you can continue to run around in here and loot some more things. That's too hard for us to get into. That's probably, yeah, too difficult. Actually, let's try this one. Never hurts to try. There we go. So, no. We can just push this open. And what do we have in here? Is there anybody home? Doesn't look like it. So I'm going to close this and we'll try a few more locks here and there. What do we got here? A hard lock. I think I can do that. Yes, I can. Where's that sweet spot? It's around there. Perfect. And after a few more of these, we should... Oh, I was so close. After a few more of these, we should level up. We're pretty close to 5. Don't see anybody. What's in here? Some Groshen. Some very, very valuable leggings there. And that's about it. Too difficult. Too difficult. Actually, yeah. Okay. I figured as much. I think we can do this one. Oop. I've got plenty of lockpicks, though. Damn. I think I'm moving too fast. Maybe too slow? Nope. I think I'm out. Yeah, I ran out. So I've got to go buy more. But we got what we came for. And even if you fail at lockpicking, you are still giving yourself experience. So, oh, we were so close. So close to 5. I think 2 more hard locks probably would have done it. But I'm out, so I'll have to go buy more from the Miller. But yeah, I'll probably come back there and just pick some more of them. Even if I don't steal anything out of them, it's just good XP. But anyways, we'll come back down here and talk to the bailiff. I don't know where he went. Hopefully he didn't hear me and run off or something. Where did he go? Oh, he's right there, but that's a private area. I think he's actually going outside. Yeah, that's the door to the courtyard. Ah, bastard. Couldn't hold the door for me, apparently. He likes to come out here and just kind of stand and survey the town. Oh, apparently he's on a mission somewhere.
My respects to you.
So you can ask him where you might be able to read.
Want to learn to read? Who should I go and see?
There's a retired scribe in Ujits. He could teach you.
That's a side quest that you can pick up from quite a few people, but it's worth getting whenever you have the chance. The main quest will take you to Ujits, so I recommend just picking up the side quest whenever, and when you go to visit Ujits for the main quest, make sure you take care of that while you're there.
Master Bailiff, is there anything of interest going on here?
Nothing of interest to me, thank Christ.
I'm to put myself under the bailiff's command.
Ah, so you're the young man Sir Radzig appointed.
Yes.
Very well. Sir Radzig asked me to test you a little, and as it happens, you've come at the right time. We've a few disputes to settle. It seems some of your former neighbors have been acting quite inappropriately. I was hoping having one of their own on the town watch might help sort things out.
You can count on me, bailiff.
You're certainly bold. I like that. Have you been to see Captain Bernard?
I have. He trained me, and then Sir Hans Capon challenged me to a duel.
I see. Sir Hans Capon likes to measure his strength against others. But be careful, Henry. Noblemen are quick to anger, and you don't need that kind of trouble. Well, anyway, you're going to assist my town guard. Come to the church in the afternoon. Yaroslav the Watchman, Nightingale they call him, will wait for you there. He'll show you around the town and teach you a little about keeping the peace. And you need to stop by the armory to pick up some gear.
Yes, bailiff.
All right. So even if you don't need the gear, go buy the armory anyways and just get it and, you know, sell it. There's no reason to turn it down. It's free equipment. Although it's very similar to what you've already got. I believe they give you a bassinet, a gambeson, and a club. So nothing particularly cool or valuable, but I believe the helmet's in better condition than the one that you currently have, or at least the one I currently have. So, it's probably worth it for me to switch helmets and sell my old one. Although I'm not wearing it right now, I should probably put it on. And we've got some like plate pauldrons and stuff now. I'm not going to wear these, I'm probably just going to sell them, because honestly it seems like a bit cheating to throw on something that high tier this early. So we'll just use it to kind of line our pockets. Oh! Hello, friend. This is the guy that we're supposed to steal from, and as it happens, he's isolated himself. Apparently nobody knows that. I'm going to drop him as soon as I possibly can, so that nobody sees me, you know, holding his unconscious body. And then let's loot all his good stuff. Why not? Ooh, a halberd. I'll take that. Yeah, I'm going to take everything, and he can walk around naked for all I care. That's what you get, man. Don't mess with the refugees. And that leveled up my pickpocketing. Although, now I'm very encumbered, so, I guess I'm going to have to trudge on over there. But I'll probably just sell all that stuff to the, Miller? Or, I might keep some of it. I don't want to completely be OP, you know? I don't want to steamroll through stuff just because I stole really good armor at the beginning of the game. But, I feel like he had that coming. Especially walking down an alley like this. Alright, so we're going to poke our heads into the armory here. Now there is a bunch of chests that you can steal from. And apparently, there's nobody here, so I'm wondering if I should make a go for it. Although somebody will probably... Oh wait, I don't have any lockpicks, that's right. So I can't. Yeah. Right, well there's nobody here, which is odd. I've never had this happen before. But there's supposed to be somebody here that will give you equipment. Now, it's possible I just choked him out and left him in the alley, and that might be why there's nobody here. So, I'm going to walk in here and I guess just wait a bit and see if anybody comes. And hopefully not to arrest me, although nobody witnessed it. So I think we're alright. Okay, and as it turns out, the guy that we choked out is actually the one that's supposed to give us the equipment.
I was told to pick up a kit here.
I'd say there's not much room for improvement. You already look as good as any vassal. But your wish is my command. If my memory serves me, you're entitled to a helmet, a gambeson, and a club.
That's all?
You want a kiss and a hug as well?
I mean equipment.
It's quite enough for patrolling the town. You're there to stop trouble, not start it.
Okay, so we got our kit. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with all this gear now, but that's really funny that it turned out to be him. And did we complete that quest, by the way? Let's see. Yeah, so we got the coin. Obviously, we got a lot more than that. And we'll probably see him walking around town naked, too, which is great. I think what I'm going to do here is something a little bit sneaky. I'm going to actually go to the inn, pay for a room, and dump this stuff in the chest, which should take it to my chest at home. Meaning I don't have to trudge around town in this. Because I need to get to the monastery courtyard by 7 o'clock, and it's very nearly that already. So I need to be able to run, otherwise we're never going to get there in time. Alright, so I don't think we're going to be able to make it to the next quest on time, nor do I think we have time to complete it today. So we're going to end the episode here, and I'll see what I can do. If I can get down to the monastery before 7 o'clock, I will go ahead and pick up the next episode with us starting that quest. Otherwise, if I can't, I'm going to go ahead and unload a bunch of this stuff down at the mill. I'll probably sleep through the morning and then go train with Bernard during the day, and then we'll come back and complete this quest after that. But either way, this video is running on like an hour and 40 minutes, and I've got to cut it down to an hour, so we'll see how that goes. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Kingdom Come Deliverance with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.